if you're able to call it for thinking, okay? And test the theory. That's what I try to tell everybody. Test the theory. When you feel a way you don't want to feel, call it out for thought and step back and observe it. Don't grab onto it. Don't engage with it, but observe. And
Yep.
the more you step back and see and call on it like, oh my God, this is a thought. I'm stuck in my thinking right now. Even when I talk to my family and stuff, when I'm irritated with someone that's over here, I don't tell my husband, "Oh, these guys are fucking assholes." It's, "Oh my God, I'm having a whole lot of thinking about their thinking right now, and I need to step back." But in
Mhm.
just the reshaping it and just the reframing it and seeing it that way, the amount of power it takes, because I was always giving my power to everybody else because they were pissing me off. So I was allowing them to have control over how I was feeling until I really and I had to call myself on it. I had to test myself. I had to find myself in the thought process, call myself on it, back off from it, and watch and see how the same situation from 1 minute of believing the shit that's going on in my head, engaging with it and acting as if it was true, to, oh my God, these are thoughts. Back up, how my experience of the same situation within 5 minutes can be completely different.
Completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different.
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
when we take our power back, which is our feelings, which is our experience, we create that. That is our power, you know? We have zero control over the circumstance. Shit happens. Life is going to happen, and it's unpredictable, and it's always going to
Sure.
do, and it's always trying to move up, but sometimes we're in that fucking lane that has to get toppled, you know? If you're digging it up, it sometimes we get toppled, sometimes we get tossed around. But for as long as I'm believing that what other people say and what other people do are the cause of my experience, I'm giving all of my power away.
Sure.
And just by
Yeah, like, take
changing,
nothing personally because it doesn't really have anything to do with you.
yes,
It's
and
people
again,
treat
we can say
people.
these words, but it's like when we can really call ourselves and see our thinking for thinking and take that step back and give our attention to that space, the space between the thoughts in our head. And when we can give our attention to that silence, that emptiness, that nothing,
Yes. The
that's the
void.
greatest thing because everything comes out of nothing.
Mhm.
Everything, all of us came from nothing. And it's in that nothing, that formlessness, that spiritualness that you can't see and you can't, you know, it's just space. When we start giving more of our attention to that space and not the noise, now I talk about the noise in between the spaces instead of the space in between the noise.
Right? And it grows.
Okay. But it's in that silence that all of our power lies
And
because
answers
that
come to us.
allows wisdom and life to come through us. But when we're giving all of our attention to the noise and believing it and feeding it and just giving it energy, but when we call it like, okay, yes, maybe this happened before. I just got triggered and now this is how I'm feeling. This is how I'm feeling right now and that is true. But what I believe is making me feel this way is not what I think it is. I don't feel like I'm comfortable around people because I was abused as a child. Okay, through years of society and counseling and whatever, I'm made to think that because these things happen, then I'm going to feel this way. And to a point, yes, there is things. But once was able to take that belief that, well, I got, my trauma fucked me up and that's why I am the way I am. And I was able to set that down, be like, well, my trauma fucked me up. But now it's me thinking about it and pulling that shit up that isn't even real anymore. It's not happening
Sure.
right now. It's not real. And my memory of it probably isn't even accurate because we have a memory of a memory. Okay. So once I stopped believing it and called it as, hang on, this is thought and this is not real right now, no matter how real it feels, it's like it would take the power out. I would still feel the feelings, but it's not oh my God, I just want to get away from this. I can't handle this. Because I did
Sure.
that a lot of my life and I smoked a whole lot of meth because I couldn't handle the feeling that my
Yeah.
thoughts were
Anything to
creating that I believed
yeah.
to be true. And now when I call it like, these are just thoughts. This is just me, you know, coming up with reasons of why I should feel this way. And then and the more I dig into it, try to figure out why I'm feeding that feeling, even if I'm trying to figure it out why to understand it. Here's the thing. I don't have to understand it. I just have to understand that it's a thought and it's going to change. It's going to change because the true nature of thought is that it's transient. It's constantly flowing. It's constantly changing. And having that knowledge and knowing that when I'm hit with these thoughts that I don't know what they are, but I physically feel them, when I can call it and be like, this is thought. Stop. This is thought. And step into that little bit of space, all of a sudden my experience is different. All of a sudden it doesn't hold
Yes.
that power over me to make me make this choice, which I've made way too many times because it never worked before, but it might be different this time. You know?